Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
All bangers for my members, all bangers for my members. Let's get it, y'all. All bangers for my members. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's finish this story off, man. We are now on chapter 6. Crazy, man. Crazy in there, man. Crazy in penitentiary, man. I'm brand new to it, though. I'm trying to adapt. I'm not in the jail no more. It's a lot of things that I'm seeing for the first time. It's a lot of things that I'm going through for the first time. But for the most part, man, my journey has begun. I am in the big house, man. Well, the big house before the big house, man. I am going to get transferred to another spot. But they got me in prison before prison, man. I'm just trying to deal with it. Now, coming from the last situation, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, for real, man, I kind of wish I would have connected with dude, man. Because if I could have got my hands on him, man, like, I didn't care who was gonna stop us. I don't care how long I was gonna be in the hole. But he was trying to paint a false narrative with me, y'all. And like, I don't play that, man. Like, I don't play games with that white dude, man. White dude was wilding out. I was trying to get to him, man. It was crazy. So he ended up getting out the hole, and I had got out the hole. They both just let us go in there and cool down. And I guess they let him out before me. But when I got out, I didn't see him when I got out until I got back to my building. So when I got back to my building, man, like, it was a lot of dudes that was asking me what had happened. And I told them, they was like, yeah, like, for real, the hole is small because it's a receiving. It's not like it's real prison. So, like, they didn't really have a lot of room for if it be a major incident. Now, it was a major incident. Of course, they can keep you in there. But I guess they checked the cameras and saw that I didn't connect with dude, that I really wanted to rip his head off. You know what I mean? But they just let us go back there just to kind of like cool off or whatever the case, which I was happy with because I wasn't trying to be in a hole. I did enough hole time when I was in the jail. You know what I mean? So coming back to the building, man, having to explain that to a couple of guys that I deal with, man, it was bittersweet because I didn't really do nothing. It wasn't a situation where I really got a chance to perform and kind of make an example and let people know I'm not the one to be messing with. Now, I wasn't really trying to push that, but at the same time, when a situation erupts, you have to show that you're not the one to be messing with. That's just how penitentiary is. So that's the thoughts that I had in my mind, man. So he's back in his normal building, man. He's back in his normal building. And the whole time he was down there, I didn't even know my man was on the other side. Now, the dude I'm talking about, we're going to call him Timmy. Timmy was from the beach. He was from the beach. I met him while I was in the block. When I first got to the jail, me and him been in the block a couple times. I held him down a couple times behind the spades. You know what I mean? He knew me. I knew him. At the end of the day, if he would have asked me to put in some work, I probably wouldn't. But he heard about what had happened because the white dude came back to the building, I guess, telling everybody. So he asked me that I want him to take care of the white dude, man. You know what I told him, yo? I said, nah. I just let it be. I let it be because I already know the white dude's super scared. You know what I mean? So I want to go put my hands on him. I was going to take some amazing Mission Impossible move. And I just had to let it go. I had to let it go. Now, I did put in a mental note that he better not land where I'm at in penitentiary. Now, if he comes to where I'm at another spot, then all bets is off. But right now, while we are way across the yard from each other and we're in receiving prison, like, if I can't get close to him, then he got that. Then he got that, man. I was just going to let it go. So I let it go. I ain't gonna lie, I let it go. I gave the police my word that I let it go. So I continue on doing my bid. Man. I wasn't looked at like I was somebody that was scary or I was somebody that was welling trying to start stuff. No, I just continued doing me, man. Like I had to keep going. I had to keep my days moving fast because at the end of the day, man, like that came and went. Like it was over with for that, man. Like I can't keep crying over spoiled milk. So I let it go, y'all. My word, I let that jump go. So the whole time I was in there, it was like, I kind of was really staying out the way. Like I became like a quiet dude in receiving, man. Like, you know, like, and it wasn't because like I was scared or like I knew I wasn't in jail no more. It was just, I just felt like I had to do more with my eyes. Maybe this is the reason why I have so many material for stories because it's like starting from right there in the receiving joint. It's like, I started watching everything. I started observing. I started being somebody that I want to know what's going on, even without asking people, man. I'll figure it out within myself. I'll ask questions later. But for the most part, I just want to see what's going on. So I have heard about how I used to be Richmond versus Tidewater. Now, let me explain this to y'all, man. Now, Virginia is one state Now, the biggest city in the state, or you can say it might not be, but it's the capital of Virginia, is Richmond. You know what I mean? Now, Richmond, I think it's real big. I don't know how big. I don't know who's the biggest, pause. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I know in penitentiary, it's a lot of them. That's how you know it's a big place, because there's a lot of them in penitentiary. You know what I mean? Now, I used to hear about it before I got there. Now, y'all know when I got to receiving, I finally got that chance to experience Richmond dudes. So I see there's a lot of Richmond dudes. Like, I see this. Now, I have heard before I got to prison that Tidewater usually roll together. You know what I mean? Early 90s, like late 2000s. Sometimes people they'll roll together because there be so many Richmond dudes. You know what I mean? So Tidewater is 7 cities. I done told y'all that, man. Let me see if I can name it. Norfolk, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Suffolk, Hampton, Newport News. Those are the 7 cities, man. Those are the 7 cities right there, man. And for real, everybody don't deal with each other in the 7 cities. That's what make it crazy. All of us is 30, 20 minutes radius, 10-minute radius, 5-minute radius. All of us is right there. We can drive straight to different borderlines and be in different cities. And we don't get along. You know why? Because there's a different jail in every one of these cities. So everybody thinks they're the toughest. That's just what it boils down to. But I think in the early 90s, late 90s, everybody had to kind of stick together against the ultimate force, which was Richmond. You know what I mean? Now, I have heard this is how it is upstate and in detention homes and all this when dudes go upstate. So this is just what the stigma was of how it was going down. So when I get to receiving, like, I see the Richmond dudes, I see what's going on. They didn't really seem like it was like they was poking their chest. Now, was a lot of them, and you know, because of the numbers, a lot of dudes act different. But at the same time, I still wasn't seeing it at the moment, man. But in my block, it was a mixture of Tidewater dudes in there. It was a lot of Tidewater dudes in there, and it wasn't like how everybody was putting it, like, yo, we stick it together and it's this and that. No, what I saw when I first got in there, that's why I moved the way I moved. But what I saw when I first got in there was, like, the cities stuck together. Like, if you knew a dude, like, you would see dudes from their cities hanging together. The next thing you know, it becomes a number of guys from their cities hanging together. The next thing you know, it is like a baby gang. And I saw that. I would see dudes from Norfolk hanging together. Now, me being from Norfolk, being young, I didn't know everybody that I came across in the beginning from Norfolk. You know what I mean? Because I was young. You know what I mean? I got locked up young. I don't know all these older gangsters. Like, I got to get to meet these people. So, like, I kind of was on my own. I used to roll with my bunkie, the dude that slept down on the bed down from me. Like, I used to roll with him, the child, work out with him. So it was kind of like me and him used to kick it. My codeine was across the hall. You know what I mean? I would kick it with him when we go outside or whatever the case, man. But for the most part, man, I saw that it wasn't a Tidewater thing versus Richmond. That's what I saw. Now, with that being said, like, I saw my first incident, and it was crazy because it was a dude from Virginia Beach that I'd never seen, and I never seen him in the jail, but they said he was from the beach. It was a dude from Virginia Beach, and it was a dude from Newport News. And I don't know if they was cool through basketball or whatever the case, but I seen them. We watching the game. And dudes in the telling me who they were, where they from. But I told y'all we can watch the game, like, from our fence. Like, we right there by the basketball court. So we watching the game. And it's the Brown building against the Tang building. And we watching the jump. And I guess the dude from Newport News and the dude from Virginia Beach, they get into it with 2 dudes from Richmond on the basketball court. So when they get into it with 2 dudes on the basketball court, it's like the jump just erupted. The whole jump erupted. Now, this was going to be wild because I wanted to see how the police was going to handle this as far as they cool down method, as far as they don't have enough room in the hole or whatever the case. But all I seen was, it was like a 5-on-5 on the basketball court, y'all, on everything. They was out there jump thumping. And I looked, and it was just out there jump thumping. And I looked, and I couldn't really tell what was going on, but I seen dudes looking like, on my side, looking like they was ready to jump that fence game, y'all. So boom. And the reason behind that is because it was people that probably knew people that was in that fight. So the police see it. The police come running down the jump. They use no mace game. They didn't use no mace. They come running down the jump. They come grabbing people. It was enough police to grab people. They grab everybody. They start separating everybody, man. And I looked over in the corner. It was 2 dudes getting it in over there. Richmond dude and another dude over there. It was on that jump. Boom, 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 boom. Police run over there, break that jump up. Everybody looking at it. So I see the Richmond dudes that's in our jump. They looking like, yeah. They talking jump through the gate. There used to be an older dude in there that was from Norfolk, and he was already dude that been locked up a couple times. He really didn't mess with a lot of dudes like that. But when dudes told me, dudes like, yo, T White, you know he from Norfolk. I'm like, oh, I went, you know what I mean, doubted him up, introduced myself. He didn't look familiar. I didn't know him. He was from my city. But at the end of the day, we just got, you know what I mean, acquainted with each other. So he would talk to me sometime on the weight pile. He did his own thing because I used to work out with the bro that slept under me. So we'd be outside on the weight pile. He'd be hollering at me sometime there. So when this is going on, we coming off the yard. So we about to go back into the joint. As we going back into the joint, he like, hey, look, I'm gonna let you know now, be on point. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, cuz, bro, they let you fight up here. And he was like, for real, the Richmond dudes ain't gonna let that junk go. They ain't gonna let that junk go. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. He was like, it don't matter. You from Tidewater, right? I'm like, I'm from Norfolk. He like, nah, you from Tidewater. You from Tidewater, bro. I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing. He was like, look, all I'm telling you is, man, just stay on point. That's all I'm saying. Because you don't know what's going to happen in these dorms. This done happened before. He said they just going to keep breaking it up. And then they got to call some people from Powhatan. They got to call the police from over there, from the State Farm. They come over here. Then that's when they going to get rid of dudes. Then that's when it's going, you know what I mean? He was like, seen it happen a couple times. He was like, but still, you need to be on point, bro. I was like, all right, man, I got you. I'll be on point. So, boom. I kept my head up, y'all. I'm looking. You know what I mean? I come back in the block. You can feel the tension as we come back in. We come through the back door. I can feel the tension. I walk through. You know what I mean? Like, for real, I didn't even know everybody was from Richmond. I didn't know this. I go back by my bunkie. He was sitting on his chair. He was like, you see that jump that happened outside? I was like, yeah. He was like, I ain't, man, that jump be crazy. They always fighting over basketball. Jump crazy. He was like, look, yeah, just be on point. I said, look, man, over here just told me I need to be on point. Like, what's that about, bro? I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Like, I'm just getting out the hole, bro. Like, I ain't, you know what I mean? He was like, bro, listen, like, you should be straight. He was like, what I'm telling you, like, he said, you see that whole middle section over there? You know what I mean? Because we was on the back section, like, you know what I mean, on the wall. It's two back wall sections. Then it's the middle, like, they got a middle jump section of bunk beds. So he's like, you see that middle section over there? I was like, yeah. He was like, all of them from Richmond. He was like, all of them from Richmond. And for real, they might not be trying to do nothing, but, like, they gonna try to figure out what happened. And he's like, usually, bro, it just be Richmond versus whoever. That's just how I go. So I'm like, man, all right, man. He was like, man, look, I ain't from Tidewater, and they know it. Like, I ain't playing around. You know what I mean? He was like, but look, I'm telling you, bro, be on point, bro. And Owen told me the same thing. I was like, man, all right, man. You know what I mean? So, like, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. That whole night, I didn't even take a shower. Now, it was crazy. The way they started feeding for dinner, it was like they did it like one joint at a time. It took longer. Like, you know, count time is never affected in a dorm room because you're in a dorm. So it ain't like they had to, like, you know what I mean, do some special and bring food like they doing susses and all that. No, this is a dorm. So they can take as long as they want with child and count whenever they want to because it's a dorm. So, like, they took forever feeding. Like, they was just letting one junk go at a time. One side go at a time. When that side finished, they send the other side for nobody to have no chance to mingle and get see what's going on. So we finally go to child. We go to child's police everywhere out that junk. So we go to child. Look, still feel the tension in the air. It's probably like mid-March or something like that. So it's winter time, you know what I mean? It's cold outside. We walking, we got the jackets on, jumpsuit game, and I see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can see dudes in the child. I see a couple dudes in the child just gritting on certain people. Now, I didn't do nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? I didn't do nothing to nobody, and this is all going on, y'all. Can you believe it? So I see it, you know what I mean? Prison though, man. Like, I gotta go with the flow. Get my tray, sit down, we eat. We go back to the building. When we get back to the building, I don't, man, that's my word. We get back to the building. It's some Richmond dudes that he was saying that slept in the middle section right there. It's like 4 of them, two of them like super grown men. Like, you know, I'm young. 2 of these dudes was like 40, you know what I mean? But everybody in shape, like up there. That was crazy. That's another thing that I saw that was different from the jail, from penitentiary. Everybody be in shape, y'all. So boom. That's all dudes doing is push-ups and weights. And they got weights up there. So everybody look like they in shape. That's what made me start working out. So when I come in, I see them. They all strapped up. And then it's like a couple of other dudes over here. I don't know these dudes. They looking like they with them. But they just got their back up like they in the back. So they all right there. The dudes coming in. First dude come in. The dude from Newport News come in. I guess he was from Newport News. They pull up on him. I'm like, yo, what's up? That's your horn. They start talking to the dude. Dude ain't say nothing. Dude from Newport News took off on him. Boom. He hit the Richmond dude. They jump on him. They start banking him. His man run over there. They start thumping. Boom, boom, boom. So they fighting. Now it's like a 3-on-5. It's like a 3-on-5. Richmond got 5. Tidewater dudes got 3, which is it's two Newport News dudes and somebody, I don't know where the other dude was from, but he definitely was from Tidewater. So they thumping, boom. They right there thumping. No police. The lady in the booth just looking at the jump. She see it. She inside like a little bubble, like right there in the front. They fighting kind of like where the phone's at, and they getting it. That's my word. They in that jump. Boom, 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 boom. They in that jump fighting. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, damn, this jump crazy. So the jump lead him. One of the dudes come back. One of the dudes from Newport News fall back. He run over there, not run, but like he backing up because he see him out long. So he get all the way back, kind of like in the back of the dorm with a dude from Norfolk that I rock with sleep. You know what I mean? He sleep over there. So like they done backed up now. They on him and 2 dudes. It's 2-on-1. My word, I look up. Man, I just seen a dude from Norfolk. Oh, yeah, dude, he come out of nowhere, y'all. everything. He come out of nowhere, man. And the Richmond dude didn't even see it. He came behind the Richmond dude. He was like, boom! Man, he hit the Richmond. I'm talking about that jump. It was a direct hit from the curve from behind. He hit, man. He hit dude. Man, he walked up, dude. He was like, boom! He caught dude. Dude was like, he dropped dude to me. Boom! When he hit dude, the Richmond dude ran up on him. Him and the Richmond dude started rumbling. The Newport News dude ran over here, started rumbling another dude. So now I'm trapped in a dilemma. Man. I gotta go right now. So I'm like, I know people watching me, and I'm just all in the middle of this stuff. I'm like, I seen dude from Newport News running. I'm like, my word, Richard dude backing up. He seen me too. He was running. He was like, he seen me right there. He ain't know what to expect. I'm just like, he got closer to me. I was like, man, I just dropped him. Boom! I just hit him. I hit his ass. He was like, he tried to come at me, dude from Newport News. He jumped on him with his arm. What you nigga? It was on that nigga ass. You hear me? We was on him. So boom! I promise you, man. We was down on him, man. We banging his brains out back there. Boom, 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 boom. I look up. Man, I see a tall, rich dude coming at me, man. That man threw a punch. I ducked the jump. When I ducked the jump, man, it's my word. He caught me with a knee. I ain't gonna lie, but it was in the forehead. It wasn't nowhere that's gonna really bruise me. I seen him coming. I seen the punch coming. I was like, I ducked the jump. So when I ducked the jump, got low. He was so tall. He was like, I guess his first instinct was to knee me. He was like, boom. He hit me. I was like, I caught his left leg. But I was like, and he got one leg. I was like, I'm trying to dunk him. I'm like, I got like this, but my head, I was like, boom. We both just fell. Boom. We on the ground. Boom, 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 boom. I see my homeboy from North. He come over there. He grabbed a tall dude. He was like, he threw it. He was like, yo, they about to come in here. They about to come in here. So we just back up. The tall dude get up. He's like, yeah. So I'm like, man, these dudes fighting like this is nothing new to them. They fighting like Tidewater versus Richmond is something that always happens, man. I'm like, this junk crazy. I'm tired. I'm like, everybody, we all back in the corner. Richmond dudes go up there. Police come in this jump. They was like, who was fighting? Who was fighting? They went to the booth. The lady was like, she called the sergeant dude to the booth. They told me like, hey, look at, yeah. Everybody go to their beds. Everybody stand by their beds right now. I go to my bed. My roommate was like, bro, catch your breath. My homeboy that sleep under me, in the bed under me, he was like, man, bro, catch your breath, bro, before they catch you, bro. I was like, he was like, breathe through your nose. I was like, I thought I was in football practice again. I was like, they coming through there. I look up, I see the lady from the booth. She coming out the booth. And the dude took her place. She coming out the booth. She like, she never be out the booth. She looking, she like, yeah, him. Yeah, him. She got the Richmond dude. Yeah, him. Mm-hmm. And him. Yep. You. Come on. I'm like, man, so she got 2 Richmond dudes, 1 Tidewater dude so far. So I'm like, look at everybody like, I'm standing there, they come by me, like, hold your hands out. I was like, he was like, why you breathing like that? I was like, I got asthma. He was like, he walked by and went to the next person. I was like, oh my God. My homeboy sleep under me. He was like, man, tighten up, bro. I was like, I don't know why I was trying to catch. I felt so rusty. I felt like I haven't fought in a long time. And that's all I did is fight in the jail, y'all. So boom. It was like my wind was out of there, man. That's what it felt like. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It felt like my wind was done. It felt like I didn't have no wind. But nevertheless, I got away with it. They locked up 5 dudes, man. 3 Richmond dudes, 2 Tidewater dudes. 5 dudes, man. They said these 5 dudes that they locked up, shit on the power tan. And they got them in power tan. And I guess whatever charge they gonna get, they gonna wait it out there and get transferred from there. So they come back in and grab all them dudes' stuff. You know what I mean? It ain't like they in the hole. I mean, like we in the susses where they got come in the cell. Nah, they stuff me right there. They came, packed their stuff up, took their stuff out. They was out of there. Sergeant dude came in that jump, the lieutenant. He came in the jump. He was like, I just left out of the Brown building. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If another incident break out in here, Tidewater versus Richmond, and yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what's going on. Yeah, and I also know it's a lot of people that got away with it in here today. Wait, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. If I have another incident, Tidewater versus Richmond, y'all don't want to see my bad side. Trust me. Don't think just because this is an open dorm that I can't do what I want to do. I'm letting you know now, you don't want to see my bad side. If you make me work, I'm going to make it hard for y'all. I was sitting there looking at him like, he sounds serious, you know what I mean? He just looking around at everybody like, they all in enjoy everybody like, we listening, you know what I mean? This word he leave out. His word, everybody start mingling again. We start mingling. I told my roommate, I tell dude sleep under me. I'm like, man, listen. I said, man, I'm ready to fuck that tall dude up, man. I said, man, this is my word, man. I looked at bro from Norfolk, old head dude. I walked straight back to where he was at. I was like, I seen he got away. I was like, I walked over there. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, hold tight, young. I was like, what you mean hold tight? I said, let's go fuck this nigga up, man. He was like, I said hold tight. I looked at him like, man, what the hell you talking to, man? He was like, he just gave me a look like, I said, man, oh, psycho, man. I'm like, man. So the police still have to buy everybody leave. He was like, look, that ain't how you do it. I was like, what you mean? I said, let's go fuck this nigga up. He said, nah, see, you thick and young. He said, yeah, we fought, it goes down, it go down. He said, but if you get away with it is what it is. If somebody come back at you, you handle your business. Well, you don't push, you don't initiate it after this. You will learn that. You go to penitentiary and do that shit, they gonna send your ass to the goddamn mountains, youngin'. I'm like, the mountains? What the fuck is the mountains? He was like, the mountains? You don't know what the mountains is? I said, I don't know about no damn mountains, man. I ain't never been out of Norfolk, man. He was like, level 5, level 6 game. Yeah, you don't want to go there. He was like, well, just hold tight. He walked over there. This old head from Richmond. I used to always see this old head from Richmond. All he did is play chess. You could tell he's from Richmond. He had a mouthful of golds, but he was older, you know what I mean? He was older. He had gray in his ways, but he still had his stuff together, still was in shape, you know what I mean? Worked out, whatever. I seen bro, dude from Norfolk, another diesel maniac. He went over there and I seen him start talking to him now. They used to play chess together. Dudes would be cordial, but if it go down in that junk, y'all. That's all I'm telling y'all, man. So I see him. He go holler at the dude from Richmond. Dude from Richmond, see him, he get up. You know what I mean? So they talk, I guess he ain't gonna talk to him sitting down. So he talked to him side by side. They like this, they was talking. And dude from Norfolk kind of like, yeah, man, look. Dude from Richmond just listening to him. You know what I mean? Dude from Richmond like, he walked away, you know what I mean? So it was like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know what was the next move was gonna be. But all I know is, man, I still had that tall dude in my sights, y'all. So boom! It's crazy, man. So we go to chow, they let us go eat. They do the same routine as the last, you know what I mean? Like it's hot, the compound is on high alert. Richmond versus Tidewater got into it. Like this can leak out everywhere, you know what I mean? So we go to chow. I see my man working at chow hall, you know what I mean? So he like, yo, look. He said, bro, they was rumbling. He in the blue building across the yard. He was like, bro, they was rumbling in the blue building. Yeah, he was like a dude from Newport News and dudes from Richmond. They was rumbling over there. He was like, some Norfolk dudes was rumbling in the red building, you know what I mean? Which is on the other side too. So I'm like, that junk then spread it through the whole yard. And that's just how it be sometimes. Like one thing break out, it can ignite the whole yard. And that's what happened. So I understand why the police was on high alert. And I'm so thankful it happened that I got away with this activity, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I got away with it, man. So like, that's my man told me all of that happened, man. He was like, yo, look, I'm telling you, be easy, man. So the whole time since we came out from child, I've been watching the tall dude. Like I didn't took my eyes off this dude. I haven't took my eyes off this dude the whole time. I'm looking at him, and every now and then he'll look up at me because we got away with it. We got away with it. His homeboys got tore off. You know what I mean? Nobody that I know got tore off. The Newport News dude and somebody else went to the hole from Tidewater. You know what I mean? But like I didn't know those guys like that. I was just rocking. You know what I mean? So I look. I'm looking at him. I just want to be like, what's up? Like I for real, he was a little taller than me. But I seen that weak ass punch he threw, man. Like for real, man. Like I wanted to goddamn see what's up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like you don't swing on me and get away with that shit, man. Like if I have something to do with it, like so I was trying to see what was good. That's what I was trying to see. So I keep looking at him. He look at me. I look at him. We'll see each other looking at each other. I'm like, man, this dude. All right, so we get up. We go back to the building. My word. As soon as I come back into the building, I see old head from Norfolk, and I see him talking to the tall dude. So I'm about to walk by him. I really wanted to look at the old head from Norfolk like, man, your ass. And as I'm about to walk by, he was like, hey, young. I'm like, he ain't even really know my name for real. He just called me young. And I'm like, what's up? He like, yeah, I'll let you over here in the smoke cage. I'm like, in the smoke cage? The smoke cage is before you come back into the dorm. It's right there. It was like 3 dudes in there. We walked in the joint. Dude from Richmond, the tall dude, he ain't look like he was scared. But I was like, so we walking in, I'm looking at the tall dude. I'm like, we walk in the joint. I'm like, what's up? What's good? Tall dude said, man, look, I'm in the same predicament as you, man. He said, this is my second bid. He said, man, look, I'm trying to get the Lunenburg, man. He said, look, I ain't trying to mess my shit up, man. I'm trying to get the Lunenburg, Shawty. Like, that's what I was like, Shawty. Like, I ain't want to take it as disrespect, him calling me Shawty. You know what I mean? But we call people Shawty females. You know what I mean? Like, I have seen Richmond dudes, I heard how they talk, but nobody has called me Shawty as of right now, except to this tall dude said, he was like, look, I ain't got no problems with you, Shawty. I was like, Shawty? He was like, hey, look, that's our slang. That's our slang. But look, I ain't do nothing with what you did. He was like, what you do? I was like, what you mean what I do? He was like, you ain't know those dudes. I seen you. You just came in here. You just got in here. You ain't know those dudes you was rumbling. You don't even know I was like, yeah, he from my city. He was like, so what? So what? I said, so what? It makes you better. Did you know the dudes that you was fighting for? He said, yeah. One of them was my cousin. Yeah, I know those dudes. They all from my city. I know them from the street. So I'm like, so all right, you did what you supposed to do. I did what I supposed to do. He was like, all right, I'm not saying you did. He was like, but all I'm saying is this. When stuff like that happen, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm letting you know personally, I ain't got no problems with you, Shaw. I was like, yo, man, look, chill out with the Shaw thing, man. Shawty thing, man. Like, he was like, I ain't got no problems with you. But if you want to shoot the one to get it over with, then we can do it. I ain't turning down no rent. I'm just trying to get the Lunenburg, and I ain't trying to mess it up. So what's up? I'm like, oh, yeah. It was like, nah. I was like, I thought about it because I didn't expect for him to come like this. I'm promising y'all, man, like the stuff you go through in prison is crazy. And I didn't expect for him to come to me like this. I wasn't expecting him to come with a peace treaty. Well, it wasn't a dumb, like he was like soft peace treaty. It was more of a strategic, I'm going to be smart because like he said, he trying to get the Lunenburg. You know what I mean? Now, as he was talking, I had flashes of just like, yeah, for real, he trying to get the Lunenburg. Like I had flashes of, you know what I mean? But I'm like, man, I might don't knock him out because he kind of tall. And I'm like, I'm going to be in here fighting this tall dude, man. I'm like, man. I was like, so you saying it's over? That's what you're saying? Me and you fought and you letting it go. He was like, I'm letting it go because I can get transferred any day. I was like, oh yeah, looked at me, he was like, man, y'all shake hands. I was like, it's over, man. He was like, we ain't even come in and do it because we try to make sure. I was like, he was like, he just dipped. He walked out in the pod, you know what I mean? He walked out into the dorm. I stayed back there with him. I said, listen, man, you gonna learn a lot of things about this Richmond and Tidewater thing. He said, you think I knew the dudes that was fighting? He said, those were Newport News dudes that was fighting. I'm from Norfolk. You think I knew those dudes? I was like, nah. He was like, look, you gotta do what you gotta do sometime. He said, because when I was in the system, he said, it was Richmond versus Tidewater. And the dudes find out you don't roll when you rumbling with Richmond, then Tidewater dudes gonna roll on you. That's just how it go. I said, man, but listen, I don't want to get into it with everybody though. I said, man, like I'm going to go. You see, I'm going to go. I'm used to fighting. I ain't scared to fight. I said, but I ain't trying to just go for anybody, though, man. I said, I got to go for anybody. He was like, I ain't saying don't go for anybody, but he's like, but go down and you in the vicinity and don't help, it's going to look bad on you, youngie. I was like, man, all right, man, I'll put that in a mental note, man. He was like, furthermore, he was like, everything's squash. He said, all that dudes on the other side. Like, everybody fought. He said, this is how it be sometimes. Everybody will fight. And then that just get squashed. This is how it go. He was like, now, real penitentiary, they got real weapons in there. So he was like, all the time, after these fights, they don't get squashed because they not just getting dudes off the compound. He said, dudes is going to the hole and dudes is coming back out. There's going to be more beef. And that's just how it go. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get prepared for that. I was like, but for real though, man, I'm just going to be on point, man. I hear what you're saying though, man. I was like, I appreciate all the, you know what I mean? The knowledge you gave me on all this. I appreciate it, man. He was like, yeah, no thing. He dipped off. I walked back. I get to my bed. I see my homeboy that sleep on the bed by me. He was like, what's up, you straight? I'm like, yeah. He was like, I came back from child, seen you in there talking to that dude you was fighting. What's up, everything straight? I'm like, yeah. He said he ain't want no beef. I was like, he said he trying to get the Lunenburg. He was like, yeah, that camp sweet. He was like, yeah, that junk sweet, man. He was like, that camp super sweet. He was like, but look, though, he was like, I done seen it, bro. He said, dudes that get into it don't got nothing to do with it. And then everything will go back to normal until it happen again. Now, he said, if it happen again, since you already had went, he said, you ain't got to jump into everything, man. He said, that's what the old head telling you. You ain't got to jump into everything, bro. He said, I'm letting you know now it ain't like that, bro. He said, but if it's like a situation where you feel like, dang, like this is Tidewater versus Richmond and you want to help, then you should help, bro. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. It's your decision to do what you want to do. He said, bro, one thing I'm going to tell you, don't worry about what nobody think about you, bro, when you leave this place, bro. He said, because if you go back, if you go to another spot worrying about what people think about you, bro, he said, your bed going to be crazy. I'm letting you know now, bro. Do you? And I was like, yeah, bro, I hear you, man. He was like, you straight, though, bro. He said, I see you, bro. You went. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to go every time, bro. That's what I do, bro. I ain't scared to go. I'm gonna go, bro. Like this, you know what I mean? I was like, I just saw like it was crazy, man. I was like, man, it was like something in my body telling me like get some action. It's like I'm addicted to action, bro. So we tripping over there, we laughing. You know what I mean? Like they finally let us off the lockdown. John go out, holler at my codeine, let him know what's going on. He tripping like you wow. So like everything turned out smooth with that incident right there, man. But that was my very first time experiencing Tidewater versus Richmond, man. Y'all know how it go there, man. Crazy situation. If you're from VA, you already know how I rock, man. But at the end of the day, man, I survived. I survived that first Tidewater versus Richmond war, man. Like, and I saw it with my own two eyes. And like coming from jail and how the jail wars used to be, and seeing how this is, it was bananas, man. But I was happy that I made it and I gained knowledge through this whole thing. So like as the days was going on, I was feeling like I was getting smarter. I was feeling like my mind was growing, man. Like I was getting better at watching how penitentiary is supposed to be, because you have to know how to be in penitentiary, man, to make your bed easy, man. You gotta know how to bed. You gotta know how to do things, man, different. And that's what it's all about, man. So I took everything that I got from everybody and I put it in my mental file cabinet, y'all. And I kept moving on, man. But being in receiving, man, prison before prison is bananas, y'all.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.